friends, I'm Beatriz, your host on Beatriz Book Nook, and today it's time to look into the last or the first 6 months of 2025. I will be sharing with you all if I am accomplished my goals, what I have already achieved. I'm going to be looking back into the everything that has happened in 2025. I will share it with you and we are going to be talking about it for a little bit. I am actually not doing the mid-year freakout tag just because I haven't felt like that is something that I feel comfortable doing at this point in life. So I decided that I will just talk to you about a little bit of everything that has happened so far, and from there we are going to also be talking about good books, bad books, disappointed books, and future events that are going to be happening in 2025 still. Okay, so the first part, which is going to be thankfulness, is something that I was inspired by Leandra over on Leandra the TBR Zero. She does one of her prompts for her calm down tag. It's thankfulness, so it's basically going back into 2025 and seeing and looking back into what we have achieved and all of the plans that we have worked on and just being thankful for them. So 2025 started very chaotic. I was starting a new job, had just started a new job for 3 months, almost 4, and I was very lost. My mind was breaking down on me and I had no path to follow for those months, so I was really lost. At the end of 2024, Laura from the book Hermit and I created a readathon called Resetathon, which is a readathon that we decided to create to help us balance our minds, balance our life, and also balance a little bit more of our reads. So everything came down on me. I basically was not able to keep up with doing everything. So reading, managing my social media, and also managing work. I almost entered into a depression, but luckily I was able to come back from it, and I'm here happy and ready for the second half of 2025. Honestly, it has been a long 6 months. I have been going through a lot, but luckily I believe we are coming, or at least I am coming, to a place of calm. I'm going to be starting, or not starting, but I am finally in a mindset where I can feel calm, I feel secure, so I just have to kind of go on from here. And one of the things that I am most thankful for in the first 6 months of 2025 is actually the friends that I have made. It's the Resetathon and the amazing panel of co-hosts and everyone that has joined so far. We have come a long way from just a week to a month to now deciding to do the Resetathon various times of years. And I'm very, very thankful for everyone that has joined us so far and for everyone that has helped me develop a little bit more of myself, but also develop every day the path that I'm taking in social media. Okay, so now that I have talked about things that I'm thankful, let's look into the reading goals that I have set up in the beginning of the year or the end of last year, so that we can look a little back into them. So one of my goals was to read 52 books, which honestly, in accordance to Goodreads or even Storygraph, that I am not even halfway through. I am a few books behind, but in accordance to my plans, I actually feel that I'm getting quite a lot done. So I have been DNFing, which was also one of my goals for 2025, because I don't have time to read bad books. And I have been enjoying all of the books that I'm reading, or at least mainly. We have a few disappointments, but I don't think that those are anything out of the ordinary. We all will have a few disappointments here and there when we are reading, especially if we were very excited for the book and we were definitely expecting to read it. So when it comes to series and finishing series, I set myself to finish at least 3 series throughout this month. I have finished 1 as of right now, which was Letters of Enchantment, but is hopefully either today or tomorrow when I'm filming this, I'm going to be caught up with a second one, which will basically mean that I technically finished 2 series, because the second one is going to be the Empyrean series from Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, Onyx Storm, which I am currently reading the 3rd book in the series, so I will be caught up, and we don't have yet a 4th book that comes out, so I will count it for my goal, and then I just have to decide on a different series for me to finish, which honestly will not be that hard, because this is all of the series that I am in the middle of, so all of them will be a perfect series for me to try to take on, or at least make a little bit of a dent into them. Okay, let's look into our other goal, which was going to be participate in 6 readathons. I believe I have participated in a little bit over 6 readathons, but I am technically not counting all of them. So what do I mean with this? I am not counting one of them. I participated in the beginning of the year in TBR-a-thon, which was my first readathon of the year. Then I participated in nothing in February in accordance to my reading journal. Then in March, I participated in my second readathon, which was the Forgotten Codex readathon, which was a readathon hosted by Mel over on Mel Reads on her Patreon. And then April, I believe I also didn't participate in any readathon. I lie, wait, I actually participated in Resetathon Level 3, which is my own readathon, and I also participated in TBR Spring Cleaning 2025, which was hosted by Leandra over on Leandra the TBR 0, which was her Patreon's readathon. And then April, May, I also participated in Readathon in May, which I actually did quite a good progress in there, and I also participated in currently am in June. I don't think I have participated in any readathon, so we are currently in July, and I'm taking once again part in Resetathon, which is my own readathon, and then I'm also doing the Tarot readathon. I think I'm doing quite a good progress. What I mean with I am not counting all of them, in here I'm only counting competitive readathons, and I basically took those out of my reading habits, so I'm really not participating in any type of competitive readathon just because I don't have the time to participate into it, and additionally I don't feel comfortable in participating in many competitive readathons just because of how little I have to read besides previous years where I was participating in them. So I actually believe I am doing quite a good progress. The Tarot readathon is going to be my first official readathon that I'm doing in terms of competitiveness. Other than that, I have been doing a few other readathons, but they are mainly based on mental health, just you fighting against you kind of thing. So then one of my goals was going to be DNF more, especially if I don't like the book or I'm not enjoying it, which I am currently doing, and I'm quite happy with how much I have been doing it. And the other two were a little bit more on the buying and not purchasing books, which honestly I haven't been so good at, but I have been trying to not just buy books by impulse, which I will say it's actually a good success for me. We have talked about all of my goals that I set in the beginning of the year. I think I'm making some good progress in them, although it is small, but I'm still happy that I'm accomplishing something because it's me fighting against me. I don't read to be the best reader. I don't think there is something as the best reader ever. I read for enjoyment, and a lot of the times the goals that I set are just for fun and for me to see what I'm able to accomplish at the end of a year. Now let's actually talk about books. We are going to be talking about the best book that I have read so far, or my favorite one, and then we are going to be talking about my most disappointing book, and lastly but definitely not least, we are going to be talking a book that I have wanted to read but I was not yet able to read it. So first, I actually have it here on the shelf, both books that I want to mention, and let me pick them. I believe that these ones are the ones that are my favorite books so far, and it's going to be Serpents and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, and then Legendborn by Tracy Dion. These two books had me completely obsessed over them, and while working, I finished them in quite a small time for someone that, like me, is a slow reader but also works a 9 to 5 kind of job. So these two are definitely the books that have taken the win as the favorite books so far. If you ask me which one of these I would choose, that, my friends, is the hard question, because I like them for very different reasons, and both of them have definitely my heart when it comes to the favorite book of the year, or the half year, if you would say so. When it comes to my most disappointment read of so far, I am not able to count one of the books that I want or that I would, but honestly, I think this one takes the win. Ruthless Vows is the second book of Letters of Enchantment. I read these in the beginning of the year, if I'm not wrong, and honestly, I didn't enjoy it as much. I was not as excited to read it as I was with Divine Rivals. This book was kind of almost a good ending to the series, but definitely left a little bit of lack on when it comes to satisfying me as a reader on the ending of a series. So yeah, I'm sad about it. The last one that we are going to be talking about, it's going to be the books that I have wanted to read but I haven't gotten to it, and we also have to, and funny enough, they are on this shelf again. So the first one is going to be Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I haven't read it. This is a book that I'm so excited to read because I am sure I will love it, but I have had it for a little bit, but I haven't yet picked it up, which is a shame on me. And then the last one, it's even upside down. It's going to be, actually the book just came out in Portuguese, which is the copy that I have, but I know the book came out in the beginning of the year, and it is The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. This has everything that I enjoy. It has mythology, it has trials, and it has people battling against each other. So this book just calls myself, and I have sadly not yet been able to read it, but I'm hoping that in the next half of the year I will be able to read it and to pick this book up. Okay, and we have talked about almost all of the things that I wanted to mention. I am just missing one little thing, which is going to be future events and things that are going to be happening in the second half of the year. So basically, Laura and I will keep doing Reset-A-Thon levels. We are very excited. It is our baby and we don't want to let it go. We might just do a little revamping on how we are doing things, but definitely it's something that you can expect to come in the future. When it comes to books, to be honest, I am just wanting to read a lot of my books that I have with me. I am looking sometimes into new releases, although there are a few in the next half of the year that definitely caught my attention. A lot of them are in Portuguese because I have been wanting, and I am putting another goal for myself in the second half of the year, which is going to be reading more translated books from English mainly to Portuguese. So a lot of the books that I am excited for, it's books that I have already seen everyone talk about, but they are just coming up to be translated to Portuguese, which honestly, it's a 50-50 thing, but I am very excited for it. I am a faster reader when it comes to reading my books in Portuguese. I'm enjoying it a lot, and it definitely comes up to the moment of I just don't have to use as much brain power to read when I am reading in Portuguese than when I am reading in English. So yeah, I think this is all that I have to say, I'm not that excited for any new releases that are coming to English, but I am excited for new releases that are coming to Portugal. For example, one of them is The Night and the Moth, if I'm not wrong, which is a book everyone has been raving about. Recently, Tres of the Armosi just also got translated to Portuguese, which I am quite excited also to read. And yeah, any other books that might come, I am excited. I just want to read, be happy surrounded by books, and just have an enjoyable life and enjoyable days. Other than that, I don't have any other goals. All of the other ones are going to be personal goals, and those I tend to keep for myself just because they are personal and I don't enjoy a lot to share many personal goals when it comes to the internet. So yeah, I think this is all, friends. I hope to see you on my next video. Have a rest of a lovely night, day, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all on my next one. Bye, friends!